You did know where I was, Wanderer. I was hoping that the echo would throw you off for just a moment. I wanted to use my arrow to shoot off a part of your ear. Yes, you're right. I could have aimed for your eye. It would look so much more interesting in a jar than a part of your ear, but I admit, I'm reluctant to put you at a disadvantage, though it would be exciting to see how you make up for it. That aside, your ears are finely tuned. If you were able to locate me despite the echo of my song coming from all directions. I'm both pleased and disappointed, but I'm not surprised. This has been the longest game I've played to date, and what game it has been. You're still here, alive, of sound, mind, and body. You are the first, and if I have it my way, the only. I am confident that I could kill you eventually, but pushing you past your mental and physical limits, now that I'm not sure of. Your limits are much further than I expected. I've been mulling over the reason for this. I have a theory. But first, a question for you. Tell me, my dear wanderer, have you ever thought about how your life will come to an end? Have you spent time thinking about the worst ways to go and the most ideal ways to go? I have, and so have others that I've asked. It is a topic that I am fascinated by. If I talk to someone long enough, even if I am actively hunting them, I will ask them, have they thought about death? What I've found is that burning alive and drowning in freezing water are the most feared ways to go. And if people had the power and privilege to choose, they'd let old age come for them while they sleep. But I am willing to wager my weapons that you are not like most that I've talked to. As I said, your limits are further than I expected. You have seen things and done things that most people have not, that most people would not see or do without it affecting them direly. Things that cause permanent damage to one's mind, twisting it into insanity and numb oblivion. That is most people. But there are some people, such as ourselves, that are raised or trained to face these things as one would a household chore or a beloved hobby. I fall into the latter, of course. You are familiar with death, a conduit of it. More than just animals, I suspect you hunt humans as well. Or at the very least, creatures closer to humans than animals. Tell me, do you toy with vampires or werewolves? Maybe a creature in between or adjacent to? Indulge me. I have not hunted a vampire or a werewolf. Do they pull themselves up into trees and perch in them as I do? Because it always seems to catch you off guard. Do they prefer to be on the ground? Are they faster on foot? These creatures were once human, were they not? If their transformation came with the innate instincts of the predators that they are, humanity would be at their mercy. But since we are not, it could only mean that they retain their human tendencies and have to unlearn them to survive and reach their potential. But even then, those creatures are at a disadvantage, aren't they? There are things that one can't learn on their own unless they were raised around it, such as climbing trees with ease and stealth, leaping across them, and dropping from them, ready to strike. Just as I thought. Just a slash across the back of your tunic reveals what I already know. You have the brand, the wings of the guardian, the seal of a lifetime oath. You belong to the Trinity, the hunting group of legend, saving humanity from supernatural creatures of all species. Oh, come now, Wanderer. I may have a sadistic side, but I do play fair. I was not going to leave a mark on you. I only wanted to slash your clothing, so I did. I'm not finished with our conversation. Haven't we come to a silent agreement that when we're like this, the game is set aside until one of us lunges at the other or runs? Now tell me, Trinity dog, were you raised as a pup, or were you picked up as a stray? It does matter if you're one of the sons, raised by the Trinity, or if you're one of the ghosts, scouted by the Trinity later in life. Knowing which one you are gives me a better understanding of who you are and why. I am sure you're not one of the fathers. You, a founder, or a descendant from the founders. You would not be here wasting your time, playing a game with an unclaimed hunter. Furthermore, if you were one of the fathers, I would have been struck down the moment you were aware of me. I am confident, not arrogant. I know better than to let hubris be my downfall. I know what fights I will not win. Which one do I think you are? I believe you're one of the sons. It would make the most sense. You and I, we are quite equally matched. I was born to be a hunter, raised in these woods as a fierce predator. Only another born and raised to hunt could stand against me without so much as a scratch. All right, Wanderer, you've been playing my game. I'll play yours. If I am wrong, and you happen to be a ghost, I will find out soon enough. How? You'll slip. There is a vast difference between a hunter who is taught to hunt and a hunter who is born to hunt. A ghost will tire of this game. A proper son will see it to its end. And what do you have to say to that? You're choosing not to tell me whether you're one of the suns or a ghost, are you? How interesting. That makes me more inclined to think that you're a ghost, desperate to prove yourself to be more than just a stray, desperate to belong and never be questioned if you ever deserve to belong in the first place. Did that strike a nerve, Wanderer? Or were you just that eager to get back into our game? You could give me a love slash if you'd like. If you promise you won't slit my throat. Spoken like a true hunter. Let the games continue. My. Are you attempting to throw me off? My heart may have skipped a beat hearing you call out my name. Why do you call to me, my dear wanderer? Don't tell me that you're offering yourself to me. I expect more from you, with how far we've come together. How novel. I was not prepared for you to try and charm me. Say that again. Say, come out, my little rabid rabbit, and I will come out to you. Why do you call for me? Have you grown bored? You had a thought, did you? Please indulge me. Let me into that mind of yours, if even for a moment. You'd like me to join the Trinity with you. I don't understand. You want to recruit me. I'm well aware of my skills, but this was not how the game was supposed to end. How could you ask me to do such a thing? To be branded, to belong to anyone but myself, to hunt for anyone but myself. You are not the shining example of a Trinity member, Wanderer. I'm sure now that you're one of the sons. You have more freedom than the ghosts. The ghosts are watched more carefully. They're more likely to go rogue, to break the oath compared to the sons, who know of nothing else. Tell me I'm wrong. As I thought. Now tell me, if belonging to the Trinity is so great, why have you not gone back? I've been waiting for you to seek asylum, waiting for you to alert other Trinity members of who I am and what I do. But you haven't. You stayed with me and built on the game that I started with you. And I don't need to ask you why. I know the reason. You don't want to stop the game. You're having fun. You're feeling free. Tell me again if I'm wrong. Your silence is confirmation enough. Consider, my dear wanderer, instead of damning me to the hell from which you came, I ask you to break your oath. I ask you to choose to belong to yourself and me. Set yourself free, and our games will never have to end. Come play with me until however long forever lasts for us.